Welcome to the World Report Global Outlook.
There's a confrontation developing between Turkey and the Saudi Arabians. And this has to be with a man by the name Khashoggi, who was a fairly important person in Saudi Arabia, came to the United States, got a job with Washington Post. For some reason, he decided when he was in Turkey to go to the Saudi consulate. And when he was there, he was set upon by some unknown people, 15. It turned out that the Turks had actually photographic evidence that they were sent there by the Saudi government. And the Saudi government is having a very difficult time denying it because it's now they're saying, well, yes, they were also Saudis, but we really didn't know. That's not true. It's coming out very, very clearly that the Saudi Arab government was very much in favor of getting rid of Khashoggi. And this is now becoming a cause célèbre in the world. And Turkey, of course, which was the haven of that particular consul, decided to now make this an issue. And there's a break coming in relations between Turkey on the one hand and Saudi Arabia on the other hand, and the fact that people are lining up either on the side of Turkey or they're lining up with the Saudis. The Saudis have lost a lot of the traction that they had before. They no longer can command and demand. And consequently, OPEC is now becoming very, very defensive. They don't respect the Saudis anymore as they used to. Saudi Arabia used to be able to absolutely command what the prices of oil would be. Now, instead of being the world leader, they're now on number 3 after the United States and Russia. And on top of that, the Saudis are now floating a huge bond that they hope will somehow get them out of the hole that they're getting, because they since 2014 they've had deficit financing. In the meantime, and since oil is the only thing they really have, they have never really developed an internal economy, so they figured this would last forever. Well, their reserves are quickly dying, and the prince that is due to take over, and already in a way has, because his father is ailing and not doing much, and this young prince is saying, let's become worldly. Let's build an economy. But how do you build an economy from scratch? That's the big problem. Saudi Arabia has fallen from the wall, so to speak, because they have never developed any kind of an economic focus other than taking advantage of oil and using that as leverage not only to other countries in the Middle East, but countries all over the world, like the United States. United States, if you go back 20 years from where we are today, was in a position where they were producing more than 3 or 4 million. Now we're in a position where we're producing 10 million barrels a day, and this came about because something called fracking, which gave us the opportunity to really increase our production of oil capacity. And oil, of course, and natural gas. And part of that also is the fact that a lot of countries that were at the mercy of Russia, for instance, in Europe, say, wait, we can get a competitive shipment from the United States. So the United States is really not only a broad-based manufacturing, technological, and farming country, it is now has become the number 1 oil producer in the whole world. And that is something we never expected.
I'd like to thank the City of Rancho Mirage and the Rancho Mirage Library for their continued support.